Okay, take three. YouTube, why do you hate me? What did I do to you? Ah, more games from YouTube. Good times. So we'll try again. I guess this one's going to be in stages. We got like 13 minutes that time, so unbelievable. We'll give it a minute for a couple people to get in here. Yep, take three. Hey, Robert. Unbelievable. Hey, we're just getting a good crowd then, too. We were up to like 360 people, I think, in the chat at that point. Unbelievable. So I will say this, if this happens again, just be patient, and I will reset and start again. Hey, Sean. Unbelievable, right? Yeah, it's nuts that I don't know why they do it. And I'm going to tell you what, you can't blame the weather. The weather is just as calm as could be outside right now. There's no disruptions here on my end. It keeps saying my connection is unstable, which is crap. But just games. But that's what they do. But anyway, what are you going to do? It's just all part of it. So your keyboard cowboy is being a little salty with you. I don't know what you mean by that, Frank. Oh, it is almost a full moon. It'll be a full moon tomorrow. Yeah, the moon is absolutely beautiful tonight. Stars should be pretty wild because, like I said, we had snow earlier. It was snowing pretty hard, and I got like 1.5 inches, 2 inches hit really quick, and now it cleared up and it's completely clear out there, and you can see the moon really, really well. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Connection is good now in South Jersey. Okay, well that's good. Yeah, it's just like I said, it's just YouTube playing games. I guess maybe they didn't like the topic that we should actually be talking about what we need to be worried about next year. But like I said, what other manipulations do they have in store for us next year? That'd be an interesting one now, wouldn't it? What kind of false flags will we have to deal with next year? Because I mean, that could absolutely could be something that would affect a lot of things. Will there be if you grow in the winter, use self-pollinating seed plants and root veggies? Oh, I plan on doing a lot of that type of stuff. I absolutely do. I know that I will do kale in the winter as well. That's going to be a really good winter crop. Cabbage is another one that'll be a good winter crop. And so, those are things that you can grow in colder weather. And because of the greenhouse and because I plan on doing the geothermal, it's going to make it a lot better for growing. So anyway, all the trolls are gone. I didn't even know there was any in the chat, but that's okay. How do you feel about the other Republicans running against Trump? That's just grandstanding in games. Trump's going to get the nomination again. We all know that. Trump's going to get reelected. He's done a good job. And that probably more than anything else is frustrating for the Democrats, that the guy has done a good job and he is putting in policies and he's doing things for the better of the country. And I think that that's a good thing. I really do. And, if he's pissing people off, then a lot of times I think he's doing a good job. You are going to have fun with the greenhouse growing a lot. Oh, the Hatfield Preppers, yes. Did you guys get your bucket? Let me know if you guys got your bucket yet. You probably should have by now. So let me know if you guys got that or not yet, because I know I put that order in right away. But anyway, I can't wait for the greenhouse. It's going to be, and I'm going to show everything. I'm going to absolutely show everything, and it'll be a fun experience, I think. And I will. Oh yes, we got it on Sunday. Awesome. I'm glad you guys got it. Thank you. I'm glad. Thanks for letting me know. That's very cool. I'm glad you got it that quickly. So anyway, there's a lot going on. When we get going with this whole greenhouse project, really going, it's going to be a blast. And like I said, I got a ton of area inside there, as you guys have seen, to grow. So I can set up part of it for aquaponics. I can set part of it up for, putting in boxes. And I'm going to bring in, like I got my bulldozer guy gets a certain kind of dirt. Well, it's a composted manure. And, it's going to be great for growing. And so I plan on using that. And I got a lot of plans. I got a lot of plans for that greenhouse. And have I checked out sunchokes yet? I have not. I absolutely have not. FBI looked great today testifying before Congress. Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I haven't watched any of it just because like I said, it's all BS anyway. And it's all a distraction from what other kind of nonsense they're, put a reading chair in there. Oh, I'm going to tell you what my plan is too, when it's the middle of winter and it's nasty out, and I can't wait to just go out in the greenhouse and sit in there and smell the greenery. And I'm going to tell you what, I'll have flowers in there too, guys. I will, just because I think that that's kind of a cool thing, just for that nice smell and everything like that. So yeah, I plan on doing all kinds of that, all kinds. But just for it to be middle of winter and to be able to go out and Jerusalem artichokes. Oh, they're a tuber. Okay, yeah, I actually have another thing too that I'm going to be doing as well. That is like a potato type of thing. So that should be pretty neat. Can fruit trees grow in a greenhouse? Yes, they can, Choo Choo. You can have a fruit tree in a greenhouse and it will grow. I would have to get like dwarf trees that would only go so big. But absolutely, I could if I wanted to, and I may. I don't know yet. We'll have to see what happens. But I got to just kind of organize. Do I have greenhouse gas tonight? Yeah, well, I got the oral gas, not the other end so much. So that's a good thing. But I just think, like I said, I think this sickness is just running its course. It has definitely had me down. I can tell you that right now. My energy level is not there. I'm not as sharp as I normally am, obviously, either. So all that plays into it. So, yeah, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun. It has not been a whole lot of fun. Yeah, cow farts. No, like I said, I haven't had them tonight, which is good. I think that end of it might almost be done. I do feel a little bit better. I did have a big meal tonight. So I said I'm going to eat and I'm going to see what happens. Could do lemons, limes, and bananas. Yeah, you know what, Carlene Jackson? Yeah, I may. I don't know yet. Like I said, I want to see. I'm definitely better than last week. It's just my stomach. And like I said, I've had, and not to be graphic, but I've had soft stools the last 4 or 5 days. So, and it's all my stomach, and so it's all part of it. It's just running its course, and whatever bug I got a good one. And but last week, I like I said, I'm not sleeping 16 hours a day now. But I just it's just still, I'm not 100% yet, and I know it. It's got to run its course, and I'll be fine. Yeah, it takes time with the virus, exactly. And it's like, going to the doctor. What's the doctor going to tell me? You got a virus. You got to just kind of ride it out. So now go pay me whatever amount of money they decide I have to pay. So. And I'm a nurse too, and I'm stubborn. So we're the worst patients in the world, and we self-diagnose all the time. If I was concerned that I thought it was something worse than it is, believe me, I would go to the hospital and get it checked out. So I really, like I said, I just think it's the bug that's going around, and it's got to run its course. But I do appreciate everybody's concern. I really do. That you guys are concerned, I do appreciate that. So, I mean, I know it's, people are saying, well, it could be this, could be that. And I get it. You're concerned, and that's fine. I know my body pretty good, and I'm a pretty healthy individual for the most part. So, other than just being too fat. So, but I'm on a great weight loss diet right now. Guys, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet at this point, if you would do that, that would be great. I would appreciate it. Walnut extract is good for tummy troubles. Well, I just did baking soda and warm water. So I just did that before the show started. And God, that tastes awful. Just so you know, that is not a good taste. But it's supposed to help with an upset stomach. So I figure I will try anything. But it's better than it was. A couple days ago was worse. It's not as bad. So I think it's getting to that point. YouTube really doesn't want you streaming right now. Apparently not. like I said, they've been playing games too. I mean, my views are like way down over the last couple of days. Last couple of days, the views are way down. I think yesterday, total for the day, I only had like 6,000 views for the day, when I'm averaging about 12. So, it's just that shadow banning stuff. Who knows? I mean, uh, yeah, sauerkraut is good for digestive problems. JJ said, yeah, though there's a lot of stuff that really help. And like I said, I just think that this is a bug that's running its course, and I got to let it run its course. So, I'm just trying to get better, rest as much as I can, and that's what I've been trying to do. So, but what do you believe the weird light was over Mesa, Arizona? I did not even hear about that at all, Alert News, so I can't give you an opinion on that one way or the other. There's a lot of weird stuff going on, guys. The planet's doing some funky stuff right now, okay? Major, major funky stuff. And, well, we're going through a polar shift, all right? The polar shift is happening. It has been happening. We are in a grand solar minimum, which means it's getting colder. It's not getting warmer, as they keep trying to say. It's 2025G will take over the homeless, will be eradicated with medieval diseases. Well, yeah, I don't know about all that, but, it's just, there's a lot of weird stuff going on, which I absolutely agree with. There's a lot of weird stuff with space and stuff like that as well. I believe in aliens, so I believe in alien visitation. I believe that's how we came to be. If you go back and you look at ancient Samaria and you really look at the text from ancient Samaria, which is 10,000 plus years ago, and the Anunnaki, the space people, I think that they infused their DNA here on and they made us. So that's where I think we came from. That's my opinion, and that, you can agree or disagree. That's fine. I'm not trying to get anybody, get in any kind of fight about that, but I definitely believe there are other species out there. It'd be very arrogant of us to think in the entire universe, which is huge and vast, that we're the only intelligent life out there. So what about the shooting in South Jersey? What was that about? It was a drug deal. It was drug dealers. And, they got in a shootout with the police, and obviously they didn't want to go to jail. So that's what that whole thing was all about, And imagine that. Criminals who are already convicted criminals having weapons. Wow, what a concept, right? That they were able to get weapons. How were they able to do that? They didn't go through a background check? What, they broke the law? No. Sorry, guys. I got to do the sarcasm a little bit. I'm just like, it amazes me. It really, really, truly amazes me. So, so all you people that want to take all the guns away from everybody, then the only ones that are going to have them are going to be the criminals and the police. So good luck with that. So, Jersey City says the shooter targeted a Jewish store. I know. Well, I heard it was a drug deal, and maybe they were doing it in front of the the Jewish store. I don't know. But the New Jersey shooting was a black Hebrew Israel. Oh, one of those guys. Okay. Now, nothing against anybody's religion. Okay, but the black Hebrew Israelites that think that they're the chosen people and all this other stuff, and they're a little extreme for me, okay? And I'm just going to put that out there. They are, more than a little extreme. They are very extreme. So, it's a different mindset. Let's just say that. So, yes, I saw that. 300 Saudi students removed from flight classes. And again, you know what? I kind of have mixed feelings about that, because you can't punish everybody for the actions of one person. Does that make sense? I mean, realistically, if something like that happened with us here in the States, people would lose their minds. But because it's Muslims and it's because it's the Saudis, then it's okay to discriminate against them. I mean, realistically, that's not right. Because one person had a bad attitude. I mean, you look, well, it's, and that's the same thing. Um, it's the same thing as, so one cop goes on a rampage and does all kinds of stupid stuff. Well, they're all bad. Oh, we got to get rid of them all. I mean, does that make same thing, same principle? So I look at it in that aspect, and it's not right. And you can't blame the actions of one person and put it on everybody. So that's kind of where I stand on that. And I'm not like super pro Muslim. I'm not super pro anything, to be honest with you. Be whatever religion you want to be, but stop killing people because of your religion or because you don't like somebody else. I'm going to tell you what, since religion was created, and this is a fact, you can look this up. I'm not talking out of my butt when I say this. More people have died in the name of organized religion than any other way in the history of mankind. So that's natural deaths, everything else. People are killed every single day in the name of religion. Okay, you look at the Crusades. You go back through history, all through the whole part of everything. In the name of religion, it's okay to kill people, and that's ridiculous. That doesn't make any kind of sense. So, but that's just my take on it, and you guys can think whatever you want. Again, I'm like I said, I'm not looking to try to get into a fight with anybody, but that's a fact that more people have died in the name of organized religion than any other way. And remember that governments have killed more than 300 million in the last 100 years. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Look what happened in Russia. It's like everybody. So here's the thing. Let's talk about this for a second, okay? Because this is something that's not talked about. What do we hear about? We hear about 6 million Jews that were killed. Okay. Now we don't hear about the gypsies. We don't hear about the homosexuals. We don't hear about the political dissidents. Okay. We don't hear about those type of people or the mentally retarded people that were put down. Okay. Any of those type of, only thing you hear about is the Jews. And that's for a reason, of course, as we all know, but that's okay. But you don't hear about those other people. But what you also don't hear about, the 20 million Russians that were killed. What about the 20 million Russians that lost their lives? So, and that was what, Stalin, 20 million, he killed 20 million of his own people. So, and the disabled too. Yes, I'm sorry, Gary Lee, we forgot to talk about them as well. Yeah, so anybody that was not pure back when the Germans took power, they got rid of them. They just killed them, So, but we're only allowed to hear about a certain group, and that's all you're going to be allowed to hear about is that certain group. But there's a lot of other people that were killed. Yeah, how about the 50 million Chinese Mao killed? Exactly. There you go. There's another one. You look over in Cambodia. Look at all the people when was it Pol Pot took over there, and he killed all the intellectuals and the teachers and everybody else, killed millions of people. So again, the holy wars, exactly. And it's ridiculous. But guys, if you haven't shot me a thumbs up yet, if you would do that, I would appreciate it. I see we got almost 400 people in the chat now, and we're at 147 on the thumbs up. And plus, I have to ask that because my trolls cannot stand it when I ask for that thumbs up. So it just makes it even better. So, and at least I have to do it at least once a show when I do a live stream. For my trolls who I know are watching, thank you for your support. I appreciate that. Thank you for watching. So, but commies killed more than religion? No, Jay. Nope, they did not. Organized religion has killed more people over the course of history than any other way in the history of mankind. That's a fact. That is a fact. So, you don't believe what I believe, then I'm going to kill you. So, it happens. Happens all the time. Happens every day. Every day people are being killed because they don't have the same religious beliefs as somebody else. Now, this is take 3. Blue Healer 100. They screwed it up twice on this. But anyway, Unemployment drops when thousands of people run out and still can't find work. You're right, Mr. Rose, and that's what happened under the Obama administration. And I'm going to tell you what is booming as they say that the economy is. I've talked with a lot of people that are hurting, and I think more people are struggling than people realize. Again, we are told what they want us to hear in the media. So it's always going to be that way. And so, that's what we got to realize. Everything's a manipulation, everything is a game. But the bottom line is, if you're having to work two jobs to try to keep your head above water, that's not doing well. That's not living well. So let's see. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be offended. I'll live though. There you go. Yeah, it's and that's the other thing too. It's this whole era of everybody's offended all the time. That blows me away. Really, truly blows me away, because I'm just like, grow up. How about that? That would be my thing. So, media is against Trump. They would never cover a bad economy. Yeah, no, they're absolutely against Trump. They are absolutely against him 100%. But it's because the powers that control the media don't want Trump in there. So, and again, there's always the thing, guys. Follow the money, and you're going to find out. But we live in a society now. Like, okay, so here's a great one. Okay, political correctness gone off the charts, gone crazy. Okay, now I will use the word, and I've used it before, and I will use it again. I don't try to use it in a derogatory form. I use it to explain a populace of the people, okay? When I use the word retarded, all right? I grew up, they were called retarded people, okay? It wasn't meant to be derogatory. That's what they were. They're mentally retarded. That's what they are, okay? Now, they have all this, you can't say that, you have to say this and the other thing. Well, you know what, guys? I'm going to tell you right now. I will never, ever, ever be politically correct. I'm very old school. I say it like it is. And, it's just like now, they want, and see, here's the problem that I have with that a little bit. All right. I have a son with special needs, right? Well, special needs is this huge, big category where they lump everybody that has any kind of issues into that category. So if you are mentally retarded, you have spina bifida, if you are in a wheelchair, or whatever the case may be, okay, you have special needs. See, it covers everything. It's perfect. It's very politically correct. It's wonderful, blah, blah, blah. Well, my son has autism, okay? There were bus drivers and stuff when he was in there. Hey, Red Wolves 2015. I think 2020 is going to be a higher food prices due to inflation, crop damages, and I see a lot more fighting in the fun and games going on in Washington, D.C. against our president, even if he gets reelected. Oh, and I can't disagree with you on that at all. You're absolutely correct. I agree with you 100%. That's just going to be part of it. And thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. But again, going back to what I was talking about, it's like my son has autism, okay? The bus drivers and stuff that they had on there that, he was nonverbal, he was retarded, all this type of stuff. Man, I'm going to tell you what, and I laid into him. I said, if you engage my son, he will talk to you. I said, he's probably smarter than you are. Eddie, I always said Eddie was the smartest one in this house. Heather's highly intelligent. I'm no slouch myself, but Eddie was definitely the smartest person in this house. Okay, because he is not good socially because of his autism doesn't mean that he is an idiot. Okay, and I hate him being lumped into a category which doesn't fit him. And so that's why I will never use politically correct terminology with a lot of this stuff, because guess what? I don't have to. And if you don't like it, and if you are offended, then you are free to leave. See, isn't that awesome how that works? Go watch somebody else's channel. That's the way and I'm not trying to be a jerk saying that, and I'm not, like I said, I don't use it to try to be degrading or insulting. And I would never, ever do that for any group of people, because, I have a son that has issues. Okay, I have a son that's going to have a hard time in society, will not ever be accepted into society. Okay, so trust me, I get it. Okay, and so anybody out there that you have your children, take care of your children. That's the bottom line, and protect them. Be their advocates, because I'm going to tell you what, the school systems and the doctors and stuff like that, they're not your children's advocates. You are your children's advocates. So that's my opinion on that, and I will take that soapbox and set that over there for right now. But yeah, so sorry, that's something that's going to get me going every time. So just being honest, guys. Actually, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure that you do. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you get notifications as well, and hit obviously all notifications. You guys know, anybody that watches the channel, I live stream 3 days a week. I am on here Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Okay, unless I'm sick, it's the only time I ever miss, and so that's that's kind of how we do that. But so that's and I do videos every single day. So if you're not seeing posts coming up in your feeds from me, check your status. Make sure they did unsubscribe you, because they have done that as well. So just a lot of games. They just went through a thing where they just told us you're going to see a reduction in your numbers because we're going to get rid of spam and fake accounts. So I did. I saw a little bit of reduction in my numbers because of that, and that happens. And but anyway, so I feel better. I do. Like I said, I have, my stomach's a little still upset a little bit, but it's definitely better than it was. And I'm going to get there. I'm getting there. And hopefully pretty soon I will be a lot better and get back on track. I hate being sick. I'm a horrible, horrible sick person. I can't stand it. I just want to be left alone. That's when I'm sick and I don't feel well, just don't bother me. Just leave me alone. Let me sleep. Let me get it out of my system. Yeah. So, and again, being a nurse, it's like we're are the worst patients. I'll be honest with you. It's just the way it is. So, but I didn't have ginger tea. I just had regular tea. But JJ said spam is actually pretty good. I can honestly say I have spam. I've never eaten spam. So if that time comes, guess what? Spam will be delicious. That's all I know. If I'm starving or eating spam, I'm eating spam. So, all right. So what do we got here? Oh, I know. Kato says YouTube is unsubscribing some people on my channel. I know they are. It's part of the game. People are not. I'm not being put out there. I know that too. And it's like I said, they go in streaks and they go in waves. They do what they do, and I just keep making videos, and I will continue to keep making videos. And but. Two devoted haters. They got thumbs down. Yeah, well, that's okay. That it's still an interaction. They're still watching. So I don't get it. Don't make any sense to me. If you don't like somebody, why do you watch? But what are you going to do? Oh, Kim Jong, yeah, he's got a big present for the U.S. on Christmas Day. He's talking out his butt. He's talking out of his butt. He's not going to do nothing. I mean, let's be realistic. Let's say he launched a warhead at us. We would wipe that country off the map. We would nuke the crap out of them. If they nuked us, we would nuke the crap out of them. He doesn't want that. He's not going to do anything. Again, you have to realize what countries are realistically a threat and which ones are realistically not. I'm going to give you two that are realistically not a threat to the United States. One is Iran. They're not a threat to the United States at all. Okay? North Korea is no threat to the United States at all. None. Neither one of them are. Now, who is a threat to the United States? It ain't Russia, guys. I've talked about this before. It's not Russia. Russia would not be who I would worry about. Russia would actually be our allies, to be honest with you. China is the biggest threat to the United States. Remember, I've said it for years and years and years, probably going on 30 years now. So never mind Russia, worry about China. So that is the biggest threat. They got a whole lot of people, and that They would be our biggest threat. That's just, and that's my opinion. You guys can have your opinion however you want it, but the one I would be concerned about would be China. So let's see. What do I need to go live? You just, to be able to go live, you have to be monetized. So that, I think you have to be monetized to be able to go live. So if you're not monetized yet, that would be the only reason it would stop you from being, because I know they changed, YouTube changed their policy. You have to have like 4,000 watch hours and over 1,000 subscribers before you can be monetized. So yeah, so that's yeah, China's killing us already without war. Yeah, they are. They flood us with cheap crap, and absolutely they do. This stuff doesn't last worth anything, and that happens constantly. So, and we just keep buying more of it. I think Canada's our biggest threat. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. We'll just make Canada the 52nd state. I love Canada. I love Canada. Canada's awesome. Canadian people are awesome too. So I'm just being sarcastic when I say that. But about making you guys a state. You guys are awesome. I love Canadians. Good people to party with. Lots of fun. So made in China is crap quality. Of course, yeah, it is. It's cheap, and Oh yeah, China wants to take over Taiwan as well. I actually feel bad for the people in Hong Kong with that situation over there now. I don't know if you guys knew this. This is something I'm not sure if you guys knew or not. But China is not letting our sailors go into port in Hong Kong right now because of our support for the pro-democracy part of that. So I don't know if you guys knew that or not, because Hong Kong is China. They're part of China. So, but do you see the Second American Revolution coming in the decade? If there was any kind of a revolution, it would only be realistically to overthrow the current government that we have. Once people get to a point where they've had enough, but you got to understand something too. When you have 48% of the people receiving some kind of assistance from the government, okay, do they want that to stop? Those people, do they want that to stop? No, they don't, because they're getting their free handouts. So, and let me just reiterate what the assistance from the government, okay? That includes retirees who paid into the systems their whole lives and worked their butts off. So I don't think that's assistance from the government for a system that they paid into. So, but there's a lot of people that are on some kind of assistance for whatever reason. And, so that is, that people don't want those kind of free rides to end. And that's why you're going to see people that are not happy about, what's going on. So that you're definitely going to see that because of that reason. Guys, if you haven't shot me a thumbs up yet, I see we're at 421 people and we're at 232 on the thumbs up. If you would shoot me a thumbs up, I would definitely appreciate that. What about Virginia? Well, you know what? That whole situation, I'm glad to see people standing up for their rights, not just giving in to the whole gun control situation that they're trying to push in now that they have, a Democratic governor. It's amazing. Why did the Democrats want to disarm us so badly? That would be a good question. And here would be another question that I would have for those Democrats that, want to disarm the law-abiding citizen. What is your plan to disarm the criminal? I don't hear those plans at all. All I hear about is controlling and disarming law-abiding citizens, which is absolutely ridiculous. And, that's where you're going to see, I think, a lot of problems if that continues. I think you're going to see people say no. And you're going to see a lot of underground stuff. You're going to turn a lot of law-abiding citizens into criminals because they're not going to give up their weapons. And that's just my opinion on that. And black market, exactly. You're going to have a lot of black market stuff going on. And it's going to be a bad situation because it criminalizes good people, which it shouldn't. But Uh, he wants to bring Muslims here as well. Eat me just said. Are you talking about Virginia? Must be talking about Virginia. Well, they're already all over the place, you know. Uh, yeah, I saw that the one sheriff said he wants to deputize everybody in the county. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I thought it was pretty cool. But again, this has got to stop. There's got, we need common sense. We need common sense, not common sense gun control, because that's crap. We need to be able to defend ourselves. We need more people, less restrictive, as far as trying to even get a pistol permit and stuff like that to be able to defend yourself. I think we should, and I think that it's our absolute right to be able to defend ourselves. I'm not relying on the cops to defend me in a situation where somebody's trying to hurt me or my family. I want to be able to defend myself. And it's funny how over and over and over again, when we see the start of some of these people that want to try to do harm and try to do mass shootings, and they're taken out by a law-abiding gun owner, you don't really hear about that too much, do you, in the media? Because it doesn't fit the agenda. So, yeah, food stamps are a benefit. They absolutely are a benefit. I didn't say that they weren't. And there's a lot of people that receive food stamps. There absolutely are. I had one time, and I was very honest about this. I had lost a job, and I was in between jobs, and I was trying to get in. I think I was getting into the county, and it takes a while, and I had like a 6-week window where I was going to start in 6 weeks, but I had 6 weeks to try to feed me and the kids. This is when we were still living in Greece, New York. And I went to and I only asked for food stamps. I didn't ask for anything else. I didn't need anything else. So, they were telling me, well, you can get this or you can get that. I said, I don't want anything else. I just want food stamps to feed my kids. And they gave them to me, and I used them, and it helped. And, and I got off of them as soon as I could. And that was the end of that. So, it was definitely something at the time that I wanted to make sure my kids ate, and they did. And that was what it was all about. And like I said, at the time, it was very, very helpful. And when I went, the lady, she looked me up, and, at my age that I was at the time, and I was in my late 40s, and she was like, "You've never received benefits before, ever." And I said, "You're right, I haven't." So, I think they realized that I wasn't there trying to play the system. It wasn't about that. And like I said, I wasn't asking for anything else. I just wanted to get through that window until we got, where I could get working. I get $52 in food stamps a month. Hey, and you know what? So that's good. If that helps you and you needed it, if you need that, why not? The thing is, guys, what people try to make and belittle people for getting help if they need help. We should not be belittling anybody. If somebody needs help, they should be able to get that help. You give them a hand up, a leg up, to get back on their feet. That's what all that's about. It's about trying to get yourself back on your feet, and and that's what it should be about. So I have nothing against food stamps. Like I said, do I think that somebody should be on welfare forever? No, absolutely not. You go into a retraining, you get someplace where you can get a job, and it should be limited. Not unemployment, but being on welfare. And I know that they've done that now in New York. You can only be on it for so many years, and then you're done forever. And I think that that's a good thing. So SS is not an entitlement. You are absolutely right, and I said that earlier. It is not an entitlement. That's something that was earned, and it should be. I'm still paying into SSI, but I don't know if it will be there for me when I retire. I hear you, Mountain Girl. I feel the same way. I pay into it myself, and I don't know if it'll be there when I retire. I hope it is. That would be nice. I've paid into it since I was, a kid, 14 years old with my working papers. I've been paying into it ever since then. So, let's see. After my husband passed, I got food stamps, only $15 a month. Not worth all the hassle to get them. Well, and that's too bad that they only gave you that little bit. But again, a lot of it is income based. They base it on what you're making. So it's unfortunate, but there's nothing you can do about that, unfortunately. So Guys, if you haven't shot me a thumbs up yet, I see we're at 442 in the chat, and at 250 on a thumbs up. If you haven't done the thumbs up yet, I would appreciate that. So anyway, I do want to do this at this part of the show. We got to do what we normally do. We are Legion because we are many. There's so many of us out here, guys. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. We're a huge, huge family. And so where is everybody from tonight? If you would tell me where you're all from, I would appreciate that. And, of course, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button too, guys. Let's see. We got Connecticut, Michigan, Sodus, Michigan, Chicagoland, Linden, Texas, Maryland, Indiana, Oklahoma, Montreal, Canada, Parsley, New Jersey, the Netherlands, Minnesota, Texas, Mobile, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Illinois, Lima, Ohio, Colorado, Wisconsin, Maine, Canadian North, South, Houston, Oklahoma, Alabama, North Valley, California, Georgia, Miami, Florida, Missouri, Arizona, Utah, New Zealand, Central Indiana, Wisconsin, Howe, Texas, Cheyenne, Wyoming, nice, Daphne, Alabama, Oregon, Northern California, West Virginia, I saw New Zealand again, Coldwater, Michigan, Spokane, Washington, South Australia, very nice, Oklahoma, Columbus, Ohio, Missouri, Norway, very nice, Georgia, Kentucky, Illinois, Southern California, Orlando. So we're all over, guys. We're all over this country. We're all over the world. We are a huge, huge family. And I've said this, and I'll say it again. If we ever got truly organized, we could be a force. We absolutely could be a force. And we are in a position where we could make a huge, huge difference. Hey, Geiger, we pay into SSI just like the 401k. This is money the government should never touch while they're living high off the hog on our tax dollars. And I agree with you 100%. They should never be touching SSI. And thank you very much for that donation as well. You're 100% correct. They should never touch that. They should never have any way to get their hands on that, especially with all the benefits these politicians are getting. It's ridiculous. And then they vote themselves in raises all the time. How are they the ones get to vote their own raises in? How does that work? You know, have you ever seen one time where they've ever not given themselves a raise? I mean, if I had an opportunity to give myself raises at work, you don't think I'd be doing that all the time? And nice raises, not the crap raises that they used to give me when I was working. Oh my goodness. I can remember, and I was young. I don't remember what I was making. And I went in and for my raise and they gave me a quarter. I got a quarter. Ooh, huge, huge raise. You know, where's the incentive in that? So, but I was young at the time. So, but a quarter was better than nothing. That's why I looked at it at the time. But anyway, so yeah, just absolutely crazy. Well, at least this third one actually went. We're at 43 minutes in. It's almost that time. So we'll just run a couple minutes more here, and then we'll get off here. We're at 269 on the thumbs up. Let's see if we can hit 300. We're 31 away. So we hit 300, and I'm out, okay? So if you haven't done that yet, if you haven't given us that thumbs up, if you would do that, I would appreciate that. I got 14 cents. Wow. Yeah, it's crazy what they do. College is a liberal reproduction camp. Not all kids that go to college have the liberal mindset. You know, they're teaching kids that liberal mindset in high school, in junior high, preschool. So don't kid yourself on that one. It is all over the place where that mindset is now. So, you know, that's definitely. And, you know, and these kids see this and they think, well, wow, free stuff, this is great. They don't just realize that somebody's got to pay for it. And it usually ends up falling on the middle class. Do you think they'll put us in reduction camps if they get the guns? You know, I don't see that ever happen because they're never going to get all the guns. They're never going to get all the guns. I really don't ever see that happening. So, but yeah, you know. But they are brainwashing the kids. It's in the media all the time. You look at the crappy music that these poor kids got to listen to. I mean, I grew up in the 80s, 70s, and the 80s. We had great music in the 60s. Oh my God, the music back then was absolutely awesome. and it is crap now. They listen to crap, and you look at all these young stars that are dying. Some kid just died. He was like 21. Some K-pop lady out in Korea, she just died. She was super young. I mean, you're talking about these kids in their 20s. Yeah, rap is crap. I agree with you on that one. So, but what are you going to do about that? That is what it is, as they say. But yeah, it's definitely not music. Rap is not music, in my opinion. Now, when like MC Hammer, when he did his type of rap that he was doing, that was different. But when you got into the hardcore stuff, that's not, when you're degrading people, that's not music. That, to me, that's not music. So, but that is my opinion, and I will listen to my 80s music and the 70s stuff and even the 60s stuff until they put me in the ground. So that's when they made music. That's all I know. And now we just lost from Roxette. The lead singer for Roxette just passed away. She was 61. Too young. That's too young. I'm sorry. But yeah, so unreal. Watching these people pass away that I grew up listening to is that's craziness. Craziness. Well, anyway, guys, I am going to go ahead and jump off here. I see we did hit 300 on the thumbs up, which is awesome. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for the patience. And keep coming back in after they screw with us a couple times there. So third time's a charm. That one is in here. 455 Tiger. The American people need to wake up. Our government isn't for them. Is for them, not us. You're right. The government is not on our side at all. And so, will we see revolution? It would not shock me. I think that it would be a really bad situation if that happened. Really bad situation. If we went into some kind of anarchy type of situation, it is not for our benefit. I really don't think that it would be. But that, like I said, I just see hard times coming with stuff like that, and a lot of people dying for no reason. But, sometimes that has to happen, so we'll see what happens. Time will tell. Time will definitely tell. But stay focused, guys. Keep working on what you're working on. Prep as much as you can. And food. Get your food. Get that squared away. Get your seeds. Get your greenhouses going. I don't care if you're using plastic with hoops. Get something going. It's just my advice. Get good soil. Soil is the key. So, all right, guys, listen, remember, we are all in this together. Yes, Prince was good music. I like Prince. We are all in this together. That is important to remember. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen. Life is so short, and it's so precious. So appreciate what we have. Really do. And I think that's important to do. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from getting there is you. And that's really important to remember, because a lot of people, they want to blame everybody else for their lack of success or their lack of trying. It's only on you. Don't let those people hold you back, okay? I will talk to you all later. I hope everybody has a great night. I want to thank my moderators once again. They are awesome. They do a great job on here, and I appreciate them. So thank you, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Prepper Nurse One, out for now.